What up, though? This episode is going to be a little different than all the other episodes. You can't listen to this episode passively. So if you are doing something else right now, if you are driving a car or on a jog, listen to a different episode or a different podcast or some music or something. Save this one for when you have some time to be alone, sit down, and do some work on yourself in 2018. So before you go any further, go get a notebook, preferably an empty notebook, and a pen. And hit pause, go get those things and come back. Okay, I'm assuming that you have notebook and writing utensil in hand, and we're going to get to work. So, Tony Robbins once said, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, I'm sure, but I heard him say several years ago, in 5 years, you're going to be somewhere, and you're going to be someone. Where do you want to be, and who do you want to be? And when I first heard this, it really clicked for me. That's when I started practicing guitar seriously. And a lot of people don't realize that I didn't play guitar or piano or sing growing up. I rapped and I made beats as a child for many years. But I didn't start singing until I was 20. And I didn't start playing guitar until I was like 24, I think. And within 3 or 4 years, I was playing guitar alone, on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Playing guitar with the Roots on the Jimmy Fallon Show. Because I knew in 5 years, I didn't know exactly who I wanted to be, but I know I wanted to be better at music, So I just practiced. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work backwards. So I'll give you a moment now. On the first page of your notebook, right on the top of the page, in 5 years, I am. And write how old you'll be in 5 years. For me, I will be 34. Woo! And write down who you are in a dream scenario. Don't qualify it. Don't reason with yourself on why these things aren't possible. Just go crazy, okay? I want you to pause me, and I want you to set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes and just go crazy. Have fun dreaming. Pause me and we'll reconvene in 5 minutes when you're done. Okay. Now, hopefully you had a little fun with that. Because these things are all possible. The things you wrote down on your sheet are all possible. And you can be that person. Now, what I'd like you to do, if you'd indulge me, is to turn the page. And I would like you to write down what daily activities you need to take on in order to be that person in 5 years. What does that person do? What do you have to do tomorrow to be that person? And again, there's a reason we started 5 years out. You ain't going to do this thing in one day. But we're looking for the daily habits, routines, that you need to put in place to be who you want to be. I'm not telling you who I want you to be who you want to be. Okay, so again, pause me, take 5 minutes, and write down the daily routines and habits that you need to take on in 2018 to become that person 5 years from now. So pause me, take 5 minutes, and we'll reconvene. Okay. Now, here's the fun part. Turn the page again and write down what habits and routines you have currently in place that you need to get rid of to be who you need to be, who you want to be in 5 years. So what things are you doing now that you know you need to stop because they're in your way? Write down 2 of those. Pause me, and when you have 2 of those, unpause me. We'll reconvene. Okay. Now we have sort of a roadmap here. Sort of a picture on some change. A recalibration of direction in life. And a little bit of a long-term viewpoint boiled down into a daily habit or a daily routine. So you know what you need to do now. Just go do it because that's what you want. Remember that. And this is your life. Okay? It's not my life. It's not your mother's life or your father's life or your brother or your friend's life. It's yours. So you ought to curate it the way you see fit. I often tell young artists this. Not even young artists, sometimes veteran artists, and myself as well, to be clear. I say, your job as a musician, as an artist, is to create the music that you want to hear. The music that you want to exist. Your dream music. That's your job. And that's all your job is. There's nothing else. So, I'm extrapolating now, but your job is to create the life that you want to exist, your dream life. That's your responsibility. It's not to create the life that I want you to have or someone else wants you to have. It's to create the life that you want. And no one else can do that for you. It's up to you. It's up to you. So, 2018 is here. The time is now. Don't put this shit off for another year. If there's something that you want to give to the world, now's the time. Now's the time. Oh, you're it. And I'm excited to see what you create. 2018. Let them have it. Have a good one.